This is by far one of the most fascinating details about the entire UFO and alien phenomenon. That is, many countries in the near, middle, and far east already have an entire explanation as to what these things are, and they have for 1,000 years. Our issue here in the West is we've lost our roots. Now we think we're talking to aliens and light beings, and they're just running us around in circles because at the end of the day, they're tricksters. Those cultures, countries, and people who still understand what the djinn and the Vedic deities actually are people who have not allowed themselves to be absorbed or sucked into the evil, sadistic, globalist culture. In the West, our minds and bodies have been poisoned so much that, one, we can't literally perceive them like we used to be able to, but also we can't even wrap our heads around the concepts or ideas because they're devoid in our culture. Anybody who thinks they see these things or understands them is labeled as schizophrenic and usually ends up in a mental hospital. Over there, you guys just see them and be like, oh, yep, they've been here since the beginning of time. They kind of live between the dimensions. I mean, even in the Quran, they talk about the djinn living on the edge of fire, which essentially means it lives on the outside of the visible light spectrum. They understood exactly what they were talking about. The reason that us folks in the West don't even have a frame of reference starts with the fact that this is calcified and fluoridated. The pineal gland literally has an electromagnetic receiver on it. We used to use this to see those things. In fact, we used to use this to see all of the dream, all of the magic, but it gets blocked here right when we're born. And even after all that excess fluoride and calcium over here, if anyone still has a functional pineal gland, like I said, they're just labeled as schizophrenic. And then the government takes advantage of this phenomenon, right, and creates their narratives to try to control the people. And then for those people that experience something and they don't quite understand it, remember, many of these things are tricksters. They'll trick you into believing whatever they want you to believe. They create all sorts of organizations and cults and belief systems and tells you it's like this alien from this planet or this interdimensional being. It's all BS. These things don't have human concepts in their it's so beyond what we could even understand. They're not from Mars, they're not from Venus, they're not from Pleiades. They tell a different story as time goes on based on the culture of the people. They are always manipulating. They are always weaving webs. This whole phenomenon with the djinn or the Bigfoot or the aliens or Chupacabra, it doesn't matter. They all seem to have a singular point of origin. They all seem to be kind of guarding the mysteries of reality. Our destiny is tied up with whatever these things are and whatever they're up to. And the magic of reality also right behind them. If we can just push past the fear and just push past the manipulation and the deceit to see the true divine truth of this dream reality where we are creators, and we don't need some alien space being to teach us how to do it. All answers lie within.